Alright, so I need to hear from the Timberwolves fans that were scared to play the Suns a week ago. Are you guys starting to calm down a little bit now? Look, basketball is not my strongest suit, but I do follow the Wolves. I watch them as much as I can during the regular season. And me just being a fan of that small of an aspect was able to tell all year that this team is not the same. They've got a powerhouse of a starting five with depth that only a lot of teams could dream of having. Also, do you have any idea how important it was that we never traded J-Mac when everyone was trying to get him when we were trading D'Lo? He's unstoppable. I legitimately do believe that this team has a shot to win the entire thing. Anyway, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and welcome to another Madden Rating video. Today, I am going to be doing the tight ends. Now, the reason I'm doing tight ends is because I looked at the comments of the last video, and this was actually the least requested offensive position, which made me just want to get it out of the way so we have nothing to dread at the end. Couple of plugs as always. Don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel or Prize Picks, where you can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products or match up to $100 of your first deposit. But that's all I got. Let's get into the video. Alright folks, so here we are at the tight end tier list. I have it set up the same way I had the running backs, except I added another category because this position is quite flexible. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin with TJ Hawkinson. I'm actually going to give him a 96. Dude, TJ is elite. He was 4th in yards for tight end, 2nd in yards per game for tight end, only behind Kelsey, 2nd in receptions for a tight end. Kirk Cousins wouldn't have blown out his leg, man. He would have probably had a historic season. Now we've got David Njoku. Starting off generous today, are we, Wyatt? David Njoku, I'd probably give him a 91. This guy might be one of the most athletic guys I've ever seen that are his size. He is a fucking monster. Health used to be a big concern for him, but this year I'm fairly certain he played 15 or 16 games. And it didn't matter if it was Flacco or Watson or hell, even DTR. He was good. Now moving on, we got Trey McBride. I've talked about him, very underrated too. Continue to be generous. What the hell, 85. He exploded this year, had 81 receptions, like 800 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. Essentially just ended up being Kyler Murray's best weapon. Also played every game. Like the guy's a dog. Now we've got Dalton Schultz. I'm pretty sure he's been an 86 in every single Madden ever, and he will continue to be an 86. That's a good rating. He's a good tight end. He's consistent as hell. 500-600 yards, 5-6 touchdowns a year. Now we got Dalton Kincaid. As much as I want to just shoot him to the moon, I gotta be honest with myself, probably 84. 73 receptions, 600 yards, a couple touchdowns, but we really didn't get to see him in full effect until towards the end of the season. He will be elite. Now we've got Jake Ferguson. Ooh, newer to the league, but he was really good this year, man, especially in an offense where he's competing to get receptions against guys like Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb, and he was still able to get 71 of them. He's definitely got some talent to him. I'll go 85. Now we've got Cade Otton, 81. He's okay. He's not a bad tight end at all. Serviceable. Definitely take him over the great Cameron Brate, that's for sure. No complaints. Now we've got, should I try? Chigoziem Conquo. He's an 80. Although I will say he was starting to get some consistency with Levis at the end. Now we've got Gerald Everett, 82. He's really actually one of the more consistent tight ends in the league. I don't think he's ever like a full-time starter, but every year he's the same guy. He's gonna make a highlight reel catch. He'll moss a guy or two for a touchdown, and he's gonna get you 400 yards. Now we've got clean-cut Tyler Higbee. This guy reminds me a lot of Hunter Henry when it comes to the role he plays. Again, consistent, got a great set of hands on him, but very situational when he's used, and I mean, I guess it makes sense when he's playing alongside Puka and Cooper Kupp. Now we got Kittle, 98. I'd give him a 99 if he got like 10 touchdowns or something, but we can debunk the myth that he's an injury-prone tight end. This guy hasn't really gotten hurt majorly in 3 years. Like, he's played 14 or more games. Also, he's just a complete package. You know, you talk about his usage in receiving, but he's also a hell of a blocker. This guy can flatline someone like it's nothing. Also, the guy led all the tight ends in receiving while only having 65 receptions, which, if you really think about it and look at other people, that's fucking crazy. Now we've got Juwan Johnson, 82. He's not a bad tight end at all either. Might not get the most usage in the league, but he's a reliable target who will come up big for you in the end zone if you throw it to him. All right, now we got Michael Mayer. Look, I really do think that he is gonna be good, but right now I've got to get him at like a 76. He didn't do anything, man. 27 receptions, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, he was playing with himself. Now we've got Hayden Hurst. You'll get a 74, to be honest. Guy started 8 games and finished with 18 receptions, 180 yards, and 1 touchdown. Like, he really didn't do much either at all. Tyler Conklin, 81. He is an underrated tight end. I got to watch him a lot in Minnesota. He's a player who's very easy to forget, and then he's gonna save your ass on a drive, and you're gonna go, holy hell, am I happy he's here. Now we've got Greg Dolkich, 71. He's been in the league for 2 seasons, and this season he only played 2 games and had a total of like 3 catches. There's very little credit to give. Now we got Luke Musgrave. Actually did start to see a little motion with him towards the end of the year, but again, kind of a Michael Mayer here. Didn't really just do a whole lot at all. Probably just gonna say 79 to be safe. Like I said, just not really all that impressed though. Now we've got Logan Thomas, 83. It's been about 4 years now. He has been a reliably consistent target. Also a big guy too, so he can get up and get a lot of things down. If you didn't know, he was drafted as a quarterback by the Cardinals, actually. Fun fact. Now we've got Cole Kmet. I'm gonna go 88 here. He's really emerging into the top 5 tight end conversation, if you're asking me, man. From the first year to now, it's a night and day difference. I mean, he's coming off a 73 receptions, 700 yards, and 6 touchdowns, when the year before he had 50 receptions, 500 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He makes plays. He has a place in that offense, and I think it would be a very good idea for Chicago to lock him down for a long time. Now we've got Irv Smith. I can't stand this fucking guy. All we heard on the Vikings for 3 years was give him time, let him rest up. All we heard this year was watch him in a new system. All we've seen, dog shit, injury-prone performance. He's a 71. Now up next we've got, this looks like a dentist, bro. Is that Durham Smythe or Smith? This guy's been in the league since 2018, and he's never had a real role on a team, I feel. Like, it's not really fair to even rate him. I'm assuming he can block or serve some point on the O-line. I mean, he's 6'6", 250 pounds. But I gotta go 70, probably. Now we've got Evan Engram. He is a 90. He had 114 receptions this year. And this guy's career was falling off a cliff like 3 years ago. Talk about a revival. He was there quite literally whenever Trevor Lawrence needed him this year. Now we got Noah Fant. We'll go 82. I've always liked Noah Fant. I think he's fast as shit and he comes up big whenever he needs to be used, even if it's not every drive. Now we've got Kylan Granson on the Colts. Been around for 3 years, just hasn't really ever done much. This year, I think he did have a career high up in the 300s with a touchdown, so I'll be respectful and I'll give him a 78. Now we got Mark Andrews, 96. He might have gotten hurt, but in 9 games, he had 45 receptions for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns. Imagine if he would have played the entire season, man. He is still a GOAT. Sam Laporta. Again, I know Madden won't do it, but he gets a 90 from me. He was spectacular for his rookie season. Are you kidding me? 10 touchdowns and 900 yards, 86 receptions. He made them forget about TJ Hawkinson like he never existed. Kyle Pitts, 87. Probably overrating him for what he accomplished last year, which is 600 yards and 3 touchdowns, but until I see him fail with Kirk Cousins, I will be convinced he has just been fucked over ever since he entered the league. We saw him with Matt Ryan. He's a 1,000-yard tight end. Now we got Pat Freiermuth, 83. I still think he's good. And even though he did get hurt, he just took a huge tumble this year compared to what he looked like in his first 2 years in the league. Almost looked this year as if he was scared to get hit a lot of times when he was in traffic opposed to just trying to catch the ball. Now we got Darren Waller, who's apparently divorcing Kelsey Plum. I'll still give him an 85. I think he has a lot of talent. I think it's hard to do good on the Giants if you're anybody who's supposed to catch a ball. And hauling in 52 receptions and 500 yards from guys like Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, Tyrod Taylor, I mean, it didn't matter. He found a way to be useful. Dallas Goedert, 87. Even though he got banged up this year too, I think he still is an underrated tight end. He's physical, he's great in traffic, and he's just a flat-out clutch player. And ending, we have got Travis Kelce, apparently the most hated man on planet Earth now. Why? People really hate him. Oh, he screams at his coach. He dates Taylor Swift. Yeah, him yelling at Andy was a little bit fucked, but you're not gonna act like you wouldn't have had a lot of passion in the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, goodness gracious. I still love Trav, and I still think he's the best tight end in the league, which would mean his grade is indeed still a 99. And for anybody being like, oh, he fell off during the regular season this year, go look at his stats in the playoffs. He's the reason they got to the Super Bowl and one of the main reasons that they won it. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for me giving my Madden ratings out for tight ends. Hope you guys liked this video. That is where I'm gonna cut it for the day. I'm actually filming a vlog for Extra right now, so stay tuned for that. It'll be here today or tomorrow. However, with everything I said, I'm gonna get this edited so you guys can watch it on time. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Show support, argue with me if you want. Anyway, same goes as always. Next time, I will see you in the next video.